What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching 90 More, back again after a stunning Merseyside derby which finished 2-2 with some added drama in the final moments. VAR has robbed us, and Liverpool I guess, of 2 points and a result which would have been the perfect ending to what was a quality game, cracking entertainment, two sides who are really going neck and neck with it and with each other. So far this season, Everton have been one of the most creative sides, one of the most improved sides. We've seen their midfield getting all the plaudits and praise, and rightly so. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's been in incredible form. At the back they look like they've upped their level with Dijk and Coleman, but today they come up against the real test for me. This is exactly the litmus test, isn't it? It's how far have we really come under Ancelotti. This is the ultimate opposition as far as I'm concerned in this league. I know that they have slipped up against Aston Villa, a massive slip up in effect, but this was what we were going to compare this Everton side that we've been praising to, and I've got to say they handled it really well. Yes, there are some controversial decisions in this which are making me hate the game that I love, I'm not going to lie. I really don't know where we are going, where we are heading, and how much worse this can get before it gets better, but something certainly needs to change, whether that is the laws themselves, I think, or the frauds who are in these cupboards who are making these decisions, because some of it looks laughable, certainly questionable, and today it's got in the way of a real spectacle. And unfortunately people are going to be going home talking about whether Mane's elbow or like fingernail is offside, and whether Henderson's goal should have stood or not. Look, let's take it back to the beginning of the game. Mane opening Everton up, or they were opened up within a couple of minutes, weren't they, really? And you just thought, wow, this is the response that you want from a Liverpool side who have been tested, who people are asking questions of, who people think may well have run their course already. And you're just confident that with players like Mane and Salah and Thiago coming in to control the middle, that they can get the job done. However, I read up now that Virgil van Dijk has played more than 70, I think it's 74 or 78 games consecutively in the Premier League for Liverpool. And when you see him going down to this outrageous Pickford challenge, if I'm honest, anywhere else on the field, and that is a red card, isn't it? I guess the fact that it's offside beforehand has clouded the judgment, and that's why we are where we are. However, was he actually offside? The more I look at Van Dijk and the line that is drawn, I'm not convinced, and it's very hard to tell. We are talking about very finite millimetres are what is deciding these Premier League games. Huge consequences as well for careers, never mind the league table itself, which Everton as it stands have a 3-point gap over Liverpool in. A fantastic start that they've made. 6 games now I think they've played unbeaten, and you've got to hand it to Carlo Ancelotti, who is putting together something special. That much we can be sure of. There's a lot about Everton that I love. I know Pickford he's ridiculed, isn't he, really? But he pulled off some top-class saves today. He also had a moment of madness where Van Dijk had freed himself at the far post, was found, and he flung himself out at the Dutch defender and crunched his legs in what looked like a really seriously painful hyperextension of his knee. And I've had that happen to me before. It is one of the most painful things I've ever experienced. I'm surprised he got up and walked off, if I'm honest, but he didn't come back on, and I don't think he even came back to the ground. I think he was taken straight for specialist treatment. So you've got to say, well, as soon as he's gone off, I'm asking the question, how much faith do that defence having Adrian to begin with, never mind without Van Dijk. How much faith does Adrian now have in that defence? How much more worried would he have been? His confidence is shot already, you can see that. There were a couple of saves that he made where he should be catching it. The goal, the headed goal, is it Yerry Mina, I think it was, wasn't it? He's got to save that. It's straight at you. It genuinely couldn't be any more straight at you. And this is why, I mean, it's a beautiful thing really, because the league really needed this. Football really needed a break from Liverpool. We need the competition. We need things to be balanced a little bit more, the books to be balanced, and they really have been. I don't know how long Van Dijk is out for, but with De Bruyne out for City, Aguero just coming back, with Jesus still out, and now with potentially Thiago out as well, who was on the end of a horrific challenge from Richarlison, who, I've got to be honest, didn't really do much all game. I'm just probably trying to see his name in headlines or something, because he was missing for most of it. But it's a horrendous challenge which he feigned injury on himself to try and escape a card. Rightly sent off. But I don't know how long Thiago's going to be out for. Wonderful player. He's one of my favourite players in world football right now. Wow. The no-look pass to set free Mane, I think it was just stunning. He's got such vision, such class, such timing, balance, the agility, the explosiveness. He's just wonderful. All the passes in the book, all flavours, he's got them all. I just love him. Wonderful player. But anyway, he might be missing as well. So without Thiago, truly world class. Without Van Dijk, truly world class. Without Alisson, truly world class. Is his team going to be able to keep up the high standards that we've come to expect of them? I don't know. I really don't know. They've got plenty of options. Let's not be, you know, feeling too sorry for them. But this is exactly what the league needed. And what would have been nice was for them to either show that they have the grit, determination, aggression, tenacity, the willingness to win, to fight through the adversity and to pick up that last minute winner, or whenever Henderson popped that goal in, which Pickford should be saving, to be fair, but anyhow. Or the flip side is that they are rocked by that miss. They are rocked by Van Dijk, Thiago, Alisson all being out. They are rocked by the fact that there are no fans there to gee him up. And they may well be excused for taking their eye off the ball a little bit. They've been the mark of excellence for quite some time now. Like, all banter aside, they've been the best team in world football. Perhaps Bayern Munich really have taken that mantle now, and it is the changing of the guard. Look, I'll focus on Everton for a second. Let's start at the back. Pickford, I've said already, he's made a couple of top saves. I really like his distribution, but on the day it actually wasn't all that. You're complaining about the keeper though. I'm hearing everyone complaining about the keeper. You're top of the league. Yeah, he's pulling out top saves. Maybe I'm just not seeing what everyone else is seeing, but it seems like people are really harsh on him and have just made their mind up already, and, you know, aren't willing to see what's happening. I do feel like defensively there is still a gap in Everton's back four. Coleman going off, it's another big loss that really Liverpool should perhaps have taken advantage of. But Godfrey came on, new signing from Norwich City. I really like him. Big, strong, strapping lad, still growing. He is going to be a serious force. I can't believe they've got him for that cheap. Honestly, for a young English centre back like that, I think he probably could have demanded another. They could have demanded another 10, 15 million. Shrewd business, if you ask me. And he came on and made a couple of decent blocks in a position that obviously isn't his natural. Yerry Mina, I feel like he's very clumsy, and whilst he's a lump, he's very lucky not to have conceded a penalty for his foul on Fabinho when he was basically wrestling him. And I've seen penalties given for a tug of the shirt, never mind the full headlock forward slash I'm gonna get a piggyback off you, which is I guess what he was doing. I love Digne. He's a lovely, lovely player. A big fan since the days of Lille. We will remember, if you've been on this channel for a while, the days when we signed him for Rybolovlev at Monaco in our career mode. He's one of my true ballers, and I've just been a proud dad watching him getting chosen to play for Barcelona and PSG, and it's just amazing to see him playing at Everton, I guess, because for so long, we can't beat around the bush, lads. Everton have been a null and void team. They have been kind of irrelevant since the days of David Unsworth, NEC and beforehand. Those days are long over now, baby. This is a beautiful team to watch. James Rodriguez is, for me, dispelling the myth that the number 10 is dead. Creativity is still needed, and that there is a place for the player who isn't all about tracking back. Yes, he does do his bit, but they found a role for him. They found a way to get this guy involved, and he is something else. His delivery is 9 out of 10. His through ball vision between the lines is just first class, and he is looking to make things happen all the time. Not afraid to take shots from outside the area as well. Forced a decent save out of Adrian, although he should be claiming that, not parrying, bro, not parrying. However, elsewhere, I guess that midfield, it doesn't really get as much. I don't think they get as much attention as James, just because he is the more kind of, he's a more luxurious brand. But the industrious two of them, Alan and Doucouré, they are doing business as well. They are doing the business, I should say, for Everton as well. And with Gomez, or Gomes, doing all the dirty work and able to pick the odd pass or two, it created a problem for Liverpool. They really did ram-pack the midfield. And it's for that reason that, going back to Liverpool, I say that the most impressive midfielder in the first half especially wasn't Thiago, it was Jordan Henderson. And people who know me will know that this is a real thing for me to say that, but he's physically a real problem to deal with. He is boundless energy, extremely aggressive, and I think he's a fantastic captain. He is actually a real leader. Anytime there's a decision which goes against Liverpool, he's there in the referee's face. And he keeps it kind of civil as well. It's pressure. He is trying to manipulate, but that's that winning mentality. We win everything. If you watch the NBA, or you watch the playoffs at all, right? LeBron does this thing, which a lot of people find extremely irritating. But again, I really think it's like a game plan. They're just disputing every decision, like every decision. It could come off my head, right? Goal kick, no one around me, like no one within a 10-meter radius. No, I got to put my arm up because that's our ball. Yeah, that's our ball, because it's always our ball. And there is certainly something about that in Henderson that I really like. I've already spoken about Thiago. Not many people in football have got what he's got. Elite, individual, true ballers. He's actually my favourite Liverpool player by quite some distance, Thiago, and he's only just got there. Jota came off the bench as well. He looks like an exciting player, but such a different option for Firmino that they may well have to really change what they're doing in terms of those front three. It is options though. And it is for that reason that I'm not going to completely give up hope with Liverpool. But things have changed. And this is why, my sons, we're never wrong, okay? We're hashtag never wrong. Because with new information, we must make new decisions. Things change. Always, constant. It's the one thing you know about life, right? Things change. And this Liverpool side that we are seeing unfolding so far this season are not the same Liverpool side that started last season. That much is for sure. They're gettable. They play such a high line that people have realised that it is possible to dip in with those long balls. And we saw it today from Keane, who has got an incredible left foot on him. long balls into the path of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who takes it down from the skies. It drops from the heavens, and the touch of an angel. Sorry, who is this Don? Who is this Don? Because he is taller, stronger, thicker, with a C, double C. The touch, the work rate, and most of all, I don't think he can actually kick a ball properly half the time, right? The connections aren't that good, but most of all, the leap, bro. No, hold on. Bro, this is NBA level. This is Cristiano Ronaldo level. Someone do a picture, right? Photoshop it. The height that Ronaldo's reaching, and compare it with Calvert-Lewin. I promise you, lads, there's not much difference. He is jumping a body over. He's like 3 foot over the defender. Oh, mate, special. And look, you already know I always back mixed race excellence, but I think he can improve. I think he can get better. He's working for the team. His hold-up play is good. He's scoring goals and his confidence is going to be through the roof. He has got one of the most elite headers of the ball the game has ever seen on the sidelines in Duncan Ferguson. The mentality that Ferguson is going to be instilling into that boy. Plus, when you add that to the fact that Ancelotti is talking to him about, you can watch these highlights of Inzaghi and learn a hell of a lot. You are talking about someone who is going to be soaking up that information. He is going to be thriving off the chance that not only Everton are giving him, but that those wise words have already led him to play for England. Oh, mate, he's buzzing off life right now. And as an Everton fan, you should be as well, because the sky's the limit. Who knows, right? I'm sorry to say this now, but we are at the stage in this league where, you know, people are scared of this project. What's it called? Project Big Picture. The Big Six getting their monopoly. Sorry, mate, anyone can beat anyone in this league. They can. Anyone can beat anyone. Well, maybe Fulham can't beat Liverpool. Maybe West Brom will struggle. Anyone else, I say with confidence that it's actually pointless doing bets anymore. You're trying to do a treble. No. Treble. You may as well do the lottery, bro. Much easier. This is becoming really unpredictable. I know you could have looked at this fixture beforehand and said, nah, it's going to be a draw, because last season it was a 0-0 draw. I think the return fixture was 5-2 to Liverpool, but goals galore this season, to the point where it's almost like, what is going on? Is the ball that different? Is it really giving us more of a true strike? Or is it this fucking VAR thing? And ultimately that's where I've got to bring it back to, because this game, a beautiful game of football, they're fighting every single moment. Different opportunities for different players. You've got different angles opening up. We're bombing down the left now because we see a weakness there. It was non-stop. But for the game to be ruined, really, and for the fan experience especially to be put on hold while we get these fucking neeks doing geometry lines on shoulders, I'm getting sick and tired of it. I really am getting sick and tired of it. Do you know, there are too many instances where I just think, well, that doesn't make sense. Because, I hate to say it, but there is no way that I can look at that decision and think, hang on, it's clearly and obviously worth overruling this. No, we need to change the law so that the attackers are given the advantage. I don't know what it is exactly or how we get around this, but it will really help with consistency, because right now what's happening is just pure confusion, and also the killing of the one thing that I really treasure about football, and that is the spontaneity that it provokes. That instant reaction, you know. I am not paying to watch replays and be on hold for 5 minutes while you decide whether we can celebrate or not. One, it takes too long. Two, I'm just thinking of all these instances. Look, things that come into my mind immediately, right, when I think of this isn't all adding up, right? The first one, Mane's elbow on Tierney. The second one, Tottenham. Was it Son against Leicester? They were 2-0 up, I think. 1 or 2-0 up. He's not offside. It's very, very dodgy what's going on there. There's all sorts as well. Genuinely all sorts. Sterling's goal in the Champions League. Things like this. They are moments, I'm trying to say anyway, they are moments where I have really felt something and that has been stolen from me. And I'm sure today, you know, Liverpool fans will be feeling this. This is the first time that Everton have been decent for a minute, let's be honest. They want to crush that. They want to say, no, 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 back in your box. We're going to do what we've got to do. And to be fair, despite the loss of Van Dijk, despite the loss of a Thiago, I don't actually know if Thiago came off when Richarlison did. He might have done though. It looked bad. It looked bad, bro. If that's a clean connection, he actually breaks his leg. That's unloved. What's his name? Peter. Oh, fucking hell. I can't remember his name. What was that fucking Coventry guy's name that Roy Keane just... Anyhow, point being, they've had that moment stolen from them, and I think in the end of the day, maybe it's good for football, right? Maybe it's good for the competition, for it not being a one-horse race, you know. Give someone else a chance for a second, even give them a little 10-point head start, right? If you have to. You know, I look forward to the day when this isn't a problem and the decisions are instantaneous. That'll be a lot easier. It should be something that happens in the blink of an eye, much like at the start of the internet, where we celebrated, you know, the fact that we had these dial-up connections and you had to wait 5 minutes for a page to load. What it should be is like turning the pages of a book, right? Much in the same way, this technology should be instantaneous. There shouldn't be human error involved. There shouldn't be... We're just handing the choice over to the next fraud, aren't we? And it just feels a little bit like a waste. It also feels like if they wanted to, they could control the narrative by doing things like this. And that for me is... that's the end. That is the end. Because at that point it potentially becomes something else, and that's why I say it's not quite the same sport that we all grew up watching. Anyhow, I'm waffling a little bit. I did enjoy the game. It's just really deflating for that to be the way that it ended, or that the way that they had that moment stolen from them. And look, I don't want Liverpool to run away with the league. I would love for them to drop off this season so that we have a competition. But I also want, I guess I say I want the best team to win, but I actually think they were both as good as each other today. It must have been pretty even in terms of chances created, shots on target, all that. And yeah, they can count themselves both unlucky, to be honest. Everton did have chances, but so did Mane. Mane, just returning back from fitness, I think he's still got a lot to do to be the player that we know he is. He buries a couple of those today and puts that game to bed early. But he was there late on setting up that chance for Henderson. It just wasn't to be. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you now. I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. But I hope you've got some feelings about this VAR and the situation that we have on our hands with the sport right now. If you have, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new, and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, my name's hughwizzy and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.